Hello YouTube, it's BirdOPrey5 Qapla, and this is going to be really quick. As quick as I can possibly make it. It is time for round 4 in Space Engineers, and this is the situation. Well, we are on an Earth-like planet. There is one planet and only one planet, no moons, no other planets. Lots of asteroids up in space. But it is a 34-kilometer diameter planet. Okay, this is the Kurogan base. You can see that beautiful new Kurogan flag. And there is an identical, and I mean identical, even the same colors, everything except the flag. On the opposite side of the planet, and you see the turd base. And they are equipped with the same minimal amount of stuff, but we do have 2,000 uranium and 1,000 platinum to get us started. There's five automatic rifles and 10 med kits, and there's a minimal amount of ice and some extra hydrogen and oxygen tanks to get us started. That's it. There's also no safe zone. Okay, this base can and probably should be grounded down as soon as possible because come Sunday morning, the GPS coordinates for both bases are going to be released. Also, there is the bird tower. Now, the bird tower should be visible. There it is. The bird tower. It's got a beacon on that broadcasts 40 kilometers. Now, the bird tower is roughly halfway between the two bases. Now, I know it says 22 kilometers, and you're like, that's not... But you have to understand, this world, the game world, is round. Even if you don't believe the real world is, the game world is most certainly a sphere. So trust me, the bird tower is just about halfway between the two bases. The bird tower is just a very tall tower that the anti-trekker server player sits in at the very top, and he spins around so he gets a full view of the countryside. There is a tiny safe zone there, just big enough for the bird tower. You cannot bring ships into it. A ship will bounce off. It might break. Don't even try. Characters can enter the safe zone. At the base of the bird tower, there are 4 cryopods, one in each direction. And the cryopods are hooked to an H2O2 generator, so you can refill with some oxygen and hydrogen should you need it. But there's really no other services at the bird tower. It is not a full-service restaurant like we've had in previous rounds. So that's all there is. You really can pretty much ignore the bird tower. Although if we want to ever do some combat where we invite each other to a battle, my thought was we'd do it by the bird tower. In addition to this base and the turd base, there are 2, again, identical bases called Mystery Base 1 and Mystery Base 2 that are somewhere on the planet. And I swear, on whatever you will believe, I literally have no idea where I put them. I didn't have GPS on. I never saved the GPS. I just went way up into space in spectator mode, came way back down, plopped the first base, went back up into space, got disoriented, came back down a second time, which I figure is on the opposite side of the planet, best I could tell, but that means nothing, to the first base, and plopped the second mystery base. Now, I will tell you everything I know. Mystery Base 1 is in a cold, snowy, icy mountain region. I put it in the valley between 2 mountains because it was the only place I could find some flat land. But it's definitely in mountains, in the ice, and that type of landscaping. The second mystery base is at the very, very edge of a desert. Now, it's in the desert, on a desert butte. It was definitely put on sand. It's in the desert. But just next to this butte starts the arid grasslands, you know, the yellow grassland that the game has. So it's right on the edge of a desert, on a butte. Probably easier to find the second one because it'll be more out in the open, where the first one you could be, you know, half a kilometer away. If you're on the wrong side of a mountain, you'll never see it. They have no antennas or beacons or anything like that. However, they are identical, which means if you wanted to, if you found one, you could take it over. It belongs to nobody, so you could take control of it. However, they also have, most important, their own 2K of uranium and 1K of platinum. So that probably makes it, useful to find out. Now, these starter bases do have 2 Gatling turrets, as well as 4. And I know it's dark out. Let me put my light on. 4 interior turrets, 2 on either side to protect the base from the sides, and 1 Gatling turret on the front and back to protect from the front. Obviously, it's only got wind power because it doesn't need a hell of a lot. And again, these bases are designed to be temporary. You can do with them what you please, but I do not expect people will want to stay in them long. They've got some lights, they've got conveyors. The weapons, the Gatling turrets, have ammo, so there's a conveyor system. There are battery backups in case people shoot out the wind turbines. Okay, here's the good stuff. It's got 1 medical room, which is right now the only place a Kurogan can spawn is here in the Kurogan temp base, and a turd can only spawn in the turd temp base. And yes, there's only the 2 factions again for this round. You have got 1 control station to control the base. If you wanted to take control of the turrets, you could. We've got 5 cryopods in each base, but it's important that only these 2 are connected to the hydrogen and oxygen system. Those 3 on top don't replenish your hydrogen and oxygen. On this side, we've got some storage, a refinery with 2 speed upgrades and 2 yield upgrades, and a assembler that I believe has all speed upgrades. But I'm actually, okay, this is the refinery. And this is, no. That's the refinery. This is, oh, there's 2 refineries? Huh. Okay, so we got 2 refineries and 1 assembler. I forgot what I even put, but don't worry, the bases are identical. Yes, so we have 2 refineries and 1 assembler in each base. So listen, there's enough here to get you started. If you wanna start playing and leave the base up, you're welcome to do it. If you want to grind it down, the only thing you must absolutely do is you must absolutely make sure you always have a med bay or a survival kit to spawn into. Because if you destroy this base, you cannot spawn. There are no respawn ships. Your only option will be to spawn in space, and you will surely die before you reach the ground. So, absolutely necessity is you have, you create your own med bay, and you label it as a turd or a Kurogan med bay or a survival kit before you destroy your base. Now, the 2 other mystery bases, they do have the medical room, but they are turned off, so nobody can accidentally spawn in those locations. Also, they have the turrets and the ammo, but they are also turned off, so people don't get shot as they approach. Now, for the next 24 hours, approximately, Saturday 7 a.m. Eastern to Sunday 7 a.m. Eastern, shooting is turned off. There is to be no combat. no fighting. You shouldn't even try to find the other team, but if you do come across the other team, whoever is closer to their base should stay, and the person who's further away from their starting point should leave. Give priority to the person closer to their home base. Do not grind. Do not drill. Do not attempt to attack the enemy in any way for the first 24 hours. We need to give people a little bit of time to get settled. After that, however, 7 a.m. Sunday morning, I will restart the game. I will enable weapons. And after that, there are no rules for the most part, except no cheating. If there's some type of cheat comes out or some type of exploit, do not do that. Play honorably, please. However, if you come across somebody's ship and you want to grind it down and they're not online, listen, it's shitty, but that's the game. That's the game, okay? If I come across somebody's ship, I'm going to feel really bad about it, but yes, I'm going to grind it down. That's the point of the game. So this is round 4. If you have any questions, please post in the Anti-Trekker forum in this thread that I'm going to post this in, which is Space Engineers Round 4 Rules thread on antitrekker.com. Or Anti-Trekker on his Discord has a Space Engineers channel as well. You could ask there. If I'm in the game and if you want to be a turd for the first 24 hours and Anti-Trekker or another turd isn't online to approve you, you can ask me and I can make you a turd using my super admin powers. And same as if I'm not online or someone else from Kuroga and you want to be a Kurogan and Anti-Trekker is online, you can ask Anti-Trekker and he can make you a Kurogan using his super admin powers. Anti-Trekker and I are the only two with actual admin powers in the game. And just to keep things fair, though I built these two bases, I let Anti-Trekker pick the starting point. So he got to pick which base he wanted to use. Now they're both on ice lakes on the opposite sides of the planet. I didn't do any scouting, so I don't believe there was any benefit one over the other. But just for, honesty's sake, he got to choose the starting point. So, we actually got base 2, which I've renamed Kurogan base, and base 1, is the turd base. So if you see them referred to as base 1 and base 2, base 1 is the turd base, base 2 is the Kurogan base. And guys, I think that's it. Let's have some fun. Let's play. Enjoy, and I don't know when this round will end, either when one side surrenders, or it's gone on long enough and we'll give an ending date. That's about all I know, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Qapla. And I did it. I did a video less than 15 minutes. Amazing. Okay, this is going to the Bird of Prey 5X channel, so no credits.